Coming up on this edition of Europass, we're off to Belgium to get up close and personal with some feathered and furry friends at a unique park dedicated to the preservation of wildlife. We'll also visit a local brewery in that same town to find out why Belgium is known as the beer capital of the world. That's all coming up next on Europass. Good evening, and welcome to Europass, your first-class ticket to discovery and adventure. I'm Beth Monk. Winged, scaly, and furry friends have a special home not very far from the supreme headquarters for Allied Forces in Europe, or SHAPE. It's called Park Paradisio, and it makes for a unique and educational experience for the whole family.
In Belgium, not far from SHAPE, is a town with a silly name. Well, that actually is the name, and this small town is home to a unique attraction where it's possible to get up close and personal with some of nature's most delightful and unique creatures. Park Paradisio is a kind of an interactive zoo dedicated to the preservation of birds and other wildlife from all over the world. Here it's possible to observe fauna in their natural habitats and interact with them in ways most people only see on TV.
You can actually get hands-on a lot of the animals, which my kids just are crazy about. The Monkey Island, which we visited, is just well, I'd say it's a kid favorite, but it's a family favorite because I can't really say how many times I've had a ring-tailed lemur jumping on my head other than a Park Paradisio. So there's a lot of unique experiences at the park that you just wouldn't get anywhere else.
Here we have a group of 12 squirrel monkeys, and here the children can feed them 3 times a day with some worms or fruits, you know. And children like it. It's really a nice place to feed them. They're coming from everywhere now, little by little, you know.
It's also a wildlife preserve for some endangered species, and is dedicated to educating the public on environmental issues that threaten various species around the world.
We have a Siberian crane who is endangered. We have the European seagull who is endangered. We have also a program with the European black vulture. So we have a few programs to reintroduce birds in the world. Every year we breed around between 2 and 5 young bald eagles, and that is one who is born here 4 years ago.
The reptile exhibit displays confiscated illegal items made from protected and endangered species. Elephants and giraffes are always popular with the kids.
2 times a day, the children can feed the elephants. They can give a banana or an apple or carrots. You see, that's what children like. So here you see Claudie. Claudie is a 46-year-old Asian elephant. Claudie. Und das ist, this is Sandri, Lasta.
With numerous theme areas honoring different cultures of the world, like this, the largest Chinese garden in Europe, playgrounds for the kids, an indoor aquarium, and much, much more, Park Paradisio has a little something of interest for everyone.
All kinds of stuff to do, places to eat, and then playgrounds, and numerous animals to see, so it's a great day trip.
One thing to be sure not to miss at Park Paradisio is the amazing birds of prey demonstration. The handlers coax various birds of prey to show off their skills and prowess as hunters.
We fly in the demonstration 50 birds, and we start first with an American kestrel, Then with hawks, Harris hawk, jackal hawk.
You have birds just flying down, swooping over your head. They're so close you can just reach out and touch them.
The afternoon is always the best demonstration. Then the birds are really waked up. And then we do 2 demonstrations in the afternoon. It's 2:30 and 4:30 p.m.
If you're ever in Belgium, Parc Paradisio is one place you won't want to miss.
Belgium is well known throughout the world for beer. Not far from Parc Paradisio is one very old brewery that welcomes visitors inside to find out how their beers are made.
The Silly Brewery takes its name from the village of Silly in the world's capital for beer, Belgium.
In Belgium, it's a paradise when you want to taste a beer like that. And every beer has its own glass, its own history.
The brewery was founded more than 150 years ago and remains today a family-owned and operated business.
My mother was the owner of the brewery, and his father before, and his grandfather, and we have always been here.
To produce on this scale requires some modern equipment. But they still brew their beer in much the same way as when they began brewing in the 1800s.
When we brew, we put malt, water, we put everything that we need to make the beer in it, and then we let it boil. From here, it's going to there, and then it filters. And you get the rest of the beer like when you do coffees, you pass, and then you pass again, you let it boil, and then you pass again. You extract all from the malt. And that's the filter curve, that's the boiling curve, and then it's going from this one to the other.
The real secret to brewing great beer is in the fermentation process.
We add the yeast, and then it became to be a beer. The fermentation changed the sugar that you have in the beer in alcohol and CO2. And the CO2 is bubbling in the water because so the air cannot come into the tank, because air is the enemy of the beer, oxidation, and it gives a very bad taste. So fermentation is very important, and this part is the heart of the brewery, of course.
While they're not as big as some major breweries, they still produce and sell an impressive amount of beer.
We are producing more than 10,000 hectoliters of beer, and we have different kinds of beer. That's the whole range that we have. It's quite a lot. Every beer has its own glass, and we spread it all over the world.
Of course, as with any beverage containing alcohol, drinking responsibly is advised.
I have to say you, don't drink and drive, be responsible.
To learn more about the Silly Brewery, log on to their website at silly-beer.com.
And cheers to everybody, à la santé de tout le monde. Cheers.
That wraps up our show for this week. We'd like to thank Parc Paradisio and Silly Brewery. If you have a place you'd like to see us visit or a program you'd like to know more about, send us an email to europass@afn.dma.mil. For more travel ideas, don't forget to pick up the Thursday edition of Stars and Stripes and check out the travel section. To see this program again, log on to our website at afnsouth.net. I'm Beth Monk. We'll see you next time on Europass.